What's up, friends? It's Tess from WanderWealthy.com, your virtual money coach. And today we're getting back on the investing train. If you were with me through the end of 2018, you know this was a topic we talked about a lot, and it's a topic I love. We're going to be talking about the 6 things that you should probably do, or you might want to consider doing before you start investing. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can stay in tune with the new videos that get uploaded every single week. And now let's get into it. Investing for me is such an important topic. It's a way that you can seriously grow your wealth. And if you don't feel like you're quite yet ready to invest, well, this video will be perfect for you because it'll help you see the things you want to make sure you do get in line before you start investing. But if you're right on the edge and you're really thinking, okay, I think now is the time, then this video should also help because it will probably just reconfirm that now is the time. So let's get started with thing number 1, which is something I talk about a lot, and that is to have an emergency savings fund. So before you decide to take any extra money you're making in your job or in your side hustle and invest it in the stock market, you want to make sure that you have something stashed aside that's in a little more liquid place, like a savings account, in case you have emergencies. Emergency savings funds are so important, and they're something we talk about a lot in the personal finance world. The reason is because most Americans can't handle a $500 emergency. If they're just living their life and something pops up, like a car breaks down, something happens in their home, or someone gets sick, and it costs $500, they typically have to go to some sort of debt vehicle, like a credit card, in order to pay that bill. Or they just don't pay the bill. We don't want this to happen, so that's why we aim to have about 1 month's worth of fixed living expenses stashed aside in an emergency savings fund just to get started. And then you'll build up to either 3 months, 6 months, or 9 months, whatever is most comfortable for you. The second thing I personally think is really important for people to do before they start investing is to completely pay off any credit card debt. Now, that doesn't mean you can't have a balance on your credit card if you do pay it off in full and on time every single month. Use credit cards if you are comfortable with using them and you're pretty good at managing them. But if you have credit card debt where you're only making minimum payments and there's a balance carrying from month to month, you want to get that to 0, because that debt is racking up a seriously high interest rate that is working against you. So if you're not prioritizing to pay that off and instead you're investing, well, you're getting yourself in kind of a pickle of hoping that investing will outperform the rates on your credit cards. And throughout history with a passive investing strategy, the one I teach, well, they haven't. So you really want to make sure you pay off any credit card debt and you're not carrying any credit card debt before you start investing. You also might want to consider paying off any other debt that has an interest rate of over 6% before you do start investing. Or at least, and this gets us into number 3, is have a really good strategy and plan of paying off any debt that you have before you really go into investing. Of course, you can still invest and pay off debt like your student loan or a mortgage, even an auto loan. As long as those interest rates are lower than the 6% region, you can kind of come up with a game plan to split your excess funds to go towards paying down that debt and also investing for your future. It's a funny game we play, this personal finance money game. It's all very personal to us. So you really have to decide what you prioritize more, being debt-free or investing for your future. You can do both, but I would recommend at least making your minimum monthly payments, of course, and hopefully having a really good plan in place and a debt reduction strategy so that you know you will be debt-free as soon as possible. The 4th thing you wanna maybe consider doing before you start investing is to make sure that your short-term goals or any any sort of necessary expenses you need to pay within the next 1 to 3 years are already being prioritized, as in you're saving for them before you use this money to invest. What I mean here is you probably have some short-term money needs. Within the next year or maybe 3 years from now, you're going to need a larger sum of money to pay for something like a deposit on a new apartment that you're going to move into. Or maybe every 6 months you have to pay for your car insurance premium if you're not paying for it on a monthly basis. Maybe next year you know you're going to be getting married and you want to save up for all the costs that come with planning a wedding. These are expenses that we're going to face in our life, and we know we're going to face them in a short time period. And you want to make sure that you are prioritizing some money to be saved for these expensive things before you really put all your money away in the financial markets. The reason is because when we invest, it's typically a long-term game. And I would not invest any money that you're going to need within the next 3 years, because investing, of course, comes with risk. So jot down all of your short-term money goals or short-term expenses that you're going to be facing within the next 1 year or beyond into 3 years, and make sure that you have the money, or you prioritize and create a savings plan and set money aside for those things before you think about investing the rest. As I had mentioned, investing involves risk, and that is number 5. The 5th thing to do before you start investing is to understand the risks involved. The stock and bond market work very differently from your bank accounts, the savings and the checking accounts that you have, even certificates of deposit and money market accounts. Meaning that when you invest your money, you're not guaranteed to have that money available to you when, the time comes where you're going to pull that money out. The value of your money invested will fluctuate. It will go up and it will go down because you're actually purchasing shares of companies. Now, yes, investing does involve risk. You can lose some of the money that you initially invest. However, and this is important, your investments can't go negative. So you can never owe money to someone unless you do some more technical and advanced things that I wouldn't recommend doing anyway. So don't worry about that. But the cool part about investing involving risk is that you can also have the opportunity to make more money. And when you make more money through investing, it's called passive income, meaning your money is going to work for you and you get to sit on the sidelines and sip your martinis or whatever your drink of choice is. I prefer coffee. But at the end of the day, it is just so important to understand that there are risks involved when you invest your money. And that leads me to the 6th thing that you'll want to do before you start investing, which of course is to get educated. Through education, you can understand the risks involved in the investing world and use them to your advantage so that you can invest with confidence and knowledge and you know what the heck you're doing. The good news is there's tons of free education out there for you to start investing, and wonderful books and courses as well. If you're looking to expand your knowledge in investing, I have a free investing bootcamp. Over the course of 10 days, I'll send you 8 emails. You get 2 rest days because come on, it's still a dense topic. And I walk you step by step through how to build a really prudent investing strategy using index investing. I explain what that is, why you want to use index investing for your investing strategy, and some great platforms that you can get started investing in. If you're interested, you can go to wanderwealthy.com/invest to get started, and I have some fun things coming your way in February, so you'll definitely want to get on that list so you can learn all of the basic stuff and get into potentially my investing course. Like I said, it's going to be coming out in February, so you have that to look forward to. Investing is such a cool thing. It is so fun to do when you finally know what you're doing and you understand how the financial markets work, and you have a strategy and a plan to go forward in your investing life. But there's of course things you'll want to do before you start investing, which hopefully I have covered and made very clear for you in this list. Like I said, if you want to expand your investing knowledge, go to wanderwealthy.com/invest, and I can't wait to see you there. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, otherwise you won't know when I upload new videos. And until next time, I hope you wander wealthy. Bye!